Ladies and gentlemen, we present the loose meat sandwich. And if you think it sounds weird, we agree, it does. But it's all about the taste. We believe it was somewhere in the middle of Iowa, Midwest-ish, somewhere, that the loose meat sandwich was created.
Well, remember it was actually Montana, and then it was like made famous in Iowa.
I've told you, he went to college, I didn't. So well, he would know that it came from.
To you 5 minutes ago.
I don't keep things in my head. I was just trying to shorten it for the people, Max. Somewhere this was created. It was popularized by the Roseanne show of the 80s. She worked in a diner, owned a diner with a friend or something, and they made it. So Chance came in today, goes, "What are you making?" I go, "We're making a loose meat sandwich." He goes, "Oh, what is that?" I go, "It's like a sloppy Joe. Think burger. Sloppy Joe, but not sloppy, without the sauce that makes it all like really messy. It's like crumbled beef on a bun. You eat it. That doesn't sound very good. The name is horrid, but taste. It's all that matters, my friends, right? And we're gonna add some crispy onion strings to them, which I don't think is traditional, but why wouldn't you if you can? We start with the onions, we get the meat going, and then it's, well, I would say downhill from there, but my college-educated child informs me that that doesn't sound very good. So it's all uphill from there, which sounds difficult, and it's not. So we agree to disagree. So the first part of onion strings or straws will be the onions. And I've cut these guys pretty thin. Not paper thin, but thin enough. We're just gonna marinate them, sort of, in nothing but buttermilk. Buttermilk. Put enough in to let them float, be covered up, and they're good. And those are gonna sit while we get our beef ready, but let's get the dry part of this set first. And that begins with some all-purpose flour, to which we will add, I guess, about 1/4 the amount of cornstarch, and then we'll season this. First up, salt, pepper, garlic powder, very nice. Some cayenne, very nice. And a little smoked paprika. Honestly, you know, I use the same things, but for good reason, because they all work. We'll mix this. It's ready.
Now it's time for
meat. Cooking guy.
I got that loose meat.
Drip, 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 drip. Loose meat. Drip, 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 drip.
Meat. Got that yummy.
Meat.
Drip. First up to our Sam the Cooking Guy 12-inch cast iron pan. Coming soon will be some Chosen Foods avocado oil, followed by some diced onion. That's it. That's it. And we just give them a little mix. Hey, come on, fellas. We want these just to begin softening. And while that happens, let me just start to prep the beef before we put it in. So here's the ground beef that we're gonna use. I could just throw it in and mix it up. At some point, mustard is added, but I had this idea. Let's put the mustard here, spread it around like this, and then we're gonna drop this in as a block and let the mustard sort of burn in a little bit before we start to break it up. In my mind, that's just some gorgeous extra flavor. But until then, our onions are almost there. Let's throw some garlic in, shall we? A little splash, little garlic. Or that was a good clove, man. If it's your first day here, welcome. This is what we call putting the garlic in, waiting for it to get fragrant before we mix the whole thing together. That takes about 45 seconds. And if this is your first time here, you might consider hitting the subscribe button, because that tells us that you care, because we care, don't we, boys?
Yeah.
And the notification bell, hit that. It just puts our Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos right into your email. And I now smell the garlic, so I'm gonna mix it. And then my mustard idea. Clear a space. Bring the block with the mustard on it, and we go face down. Love that. And who knows if this makes sense? It's actually fun.
Kind of like what they do animal style in and out.
Right. Smells great. Let it do its thing there for about a minute before we give it a flip. I don't know if it did anything, but I do like that idea. So same thing on this side. We give it about a minute, and then we start to mix it in. And I'm going to mix this with a recent gift I've received. It's called a mix and chop. Apparently, people think I struggle when I mix up ground beef with this, so this is what I meant to use, and let's see how it works. Don't you think you would put it in and turn it?
Yeah.
Let's try the middle. Oh, actually works pretty good.
Very nice.
The mustard smell is tremendous. So, ultimately, you're gonna want this finely chopped up. It's a perfect day for me to use my mix and chop. But so do this, let it sit there for a second and get a little color on it. We understand that color is flavor. And we want as much of that as we can get. So far so good, boys. So far so good. By the way, thank you for the mix and chop. And I apologize I'm not using your name, but remember, I didn't go to college, Max did. Max should remember. And now we can do this. Start to turn it over. We're getting the pink out. Now let's season it a bit. First up, salt and pepper. A little more of the cayenne. Don't go too crazy. A couple splashes of Worcestershire. A little soy paste. We mix again. Loose meat sandwich. What a crazy thing. How do you think it was invented? Some guy was going to make a burger and dropped it?
Apparently.
It shattered in the pan?
Just scooped it all back into the bun.
Not wanting to waste it, he presented it to his customer as something special that they were doing. All right, the color's gone. No more pink left. Maybe a couple of tiny spots and that's okay. Now a little broth, and I'm using beef broth. Maybe half a cup. And this will now simmer for 10 to 15 minutes or until almost all of this liquid has been sucked up into the beef and or evaporated.
No, Fred, I'm telling you, this loose meat thing is all the rage.
All right, let that do its thing. I mean, I think actually we could start to get our crispy onions all ready. Let me welcome back Crowd Cow. They are your place for high quality meat, poultry, and seafood that tastes better and is better for you. It's all about knowing where your stuff comes from, and this comes from a conscientious group of people that want to put better products into a box and deliver it to you. Once you get onto their site and you start scoping what they've got, you're going to be really impressed. So you jump online, you scope the crazy selection of things that are there. You decide on the things you want, you decide when you want it to be delivered to you, and it comes. And it comes frozen. And before you think frozen is a dirty word, oh no, it is not a dirty word. Everything is frozen at the peak of freshness. And by the way, if you care about the environment, and you should, everything comes in an absolutely 100% compostable box. But rather than just talk about it, I wanted to show you a couple of things you can get that you might not think about getting. Maxi, camera down here. So think outside of the box. Look, this is tuna. It's called a saku block. This, the outside, is everything bagel seasoning. I pushed it in that. I gave it about 10 seconds aside. Look how perfect it is. Oh my God, your friends are gonna love that. But this, one of my favorites, yellowtail colors. And I know you wouldn't think about buying these, but some of the best fish comes right around the bone, and these are insanely delicious. We call them the chicken wings of the sea. So do this, click my link in the description box below, crowdcow.com/cooking guy. You'll get $15 off your first order and free membership. Look, you'll help support the show at the same time as making yourself feel really good in your stomach. You can also get 5% off everything else that you put in the box when you first become a member. This is gonna be insane. Do it right now. Oh my God. So this is simple. You got the wet onions here. You're gonna scoop them up, shake off most of the buttermilk, and in they go. And these guys are gonna get a mix. I think I can get all of them in here. Stand by. Stand by. Here we go, and now this. And then I got two hands here. Fabuloso. Okay, these guys are ready for the fryer. But while we're here, and before we throw them in, let's cut some pickles. Pickle cutting. And of course you could use anything, including a Sam the Cooking Guy 4-inch paring knife, but I like the idea of a pile of super skinny ones. So I cut the end off, and using this very inexpensive mandolin I bought, we'll do this. Nice. But you do know how careful you have to be with a mandolin.
Yeah, please don't cut yourself.
Because I've cut myself before. It's just the worst thing ever. I get so scared using these damn things. Let's just do this one so we make sure that we have enough. It just sneaks up on you. Beautiful. All right, let's take our pickles. We'll get them over here to the side, because when we build our loose meat, it'll be right here in front of us. All right, boys, let's fry some onions.
Back to our meat.
And if you take a quick look, most of the liquid's gone. A little bit around the edges. About 5 minutes away. Perfect timing for the onions. All right, so you pick up your coated onions. You give them a good shake. Try and get a lot of it off. It's raining. And then in you go. Sort of spreading them out as you drop them. And when I say drop them, I mean carefully place them, because what you don't want to do is splatter 360-degree oil on you. We'll just give them a little help. Separating. Beautiful. And this is really only a couple of minutes, depending on how hot your oil is. By the way, this is a welcome addition to almost anything. A beautifully grilled steak with some of these on top at the end as you serve, super welcome. A Benedict with some of these on top of everything, super welcome. There's no right or wrong. No right or wrong. Getting pretty, huh, boys?
Oh, yeah.
I like a little more color. And again, not traditional, so if you're from some Midwestern hot spot that is known for the loose meat sandwich, don't get on my case.
You people from a Midwest town known for the loose meat sandwich getting on his case.
Wow, those are about 30 seconds away from extreme gorgeousness. And look at those kids. Look at them. All right, let them drip for a sec. Drip, 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 drip. And when they finish dripping, a couple more shakes onto a paper towel lined baking sheet. And while they're warm, we just hit them with a little bit more salt and pepper, because this is the time that the salt and pepper will really adhere. Those are gorgeous. My loose meat's ready and done. Time to build. Just before we get going. My God, boys, how good.
So epic.
You must make them. But I've got an idea. So here's my loose meat. It's all done. You don't need to see it. I want to steam the bun. And here's my thinking. You know I like to give a bun a quick flash on the flat top to get it crispy. I don't want this crispy. I want this soft. But I want it steamed and warm and amazing. So this, you've seen me use this before. It has a handle. It's like a barbecue basket you use on the grill with shrimp and chopped up vegetables and stuff. The flames lick through, and it's like on there, but you don't lose the stuff in between the grates. So I'm going to put this upside down, like that. I'm going to take my bun and put this on top, like this. Then I take a little bit of water in the holes, and then I put that lid on. And now we're steaming. How great. I'm sure there's a more sophisticated version of this rather than my homemade version with this janky lid. But, oh my God. God, like another 15 seconds. This is glorious. All right. Now. Oh, look, do you see this? Holy snap. Now we build. We start with our loose meat. And by the way, if you expect everything to stay on top, you've never had loose meat before, because it doesn't. It's going to fall off. There is no question about that. Now, these super thin pickles that I could take 3 years to put on. Oh, they're great. I suppose if I had bigger pickles, it would happen faster, but this layer is going to make me really happy. Gorgeous. Gorge, hugely gorgeous, man. All right, couple more. Now our crispy onions. I don't want to do too many. But you know, I want to put them on nicely because Max wants this all pretty. Top bun goes on and gets one of these. Good boy. I love it. I love the soft bun steamed. I love what's going on inside. There's no way to eat this and not have it be a mess, but you just got to go with it. Eating is an adventure, and sometimes it's a messy adventure. But it's always a delicious adventure. I just like what do you call that? What's an internal? No, gleek is when it comes out. It's an internal salivation. I don't know what that word is.
It just doesn't sound good.
It's a mess. I like it. I can't say it's my favorite regional dish we've made. I mean, if I had to choose, we did the chopped cheese, sort of. I'd probably take that over this. Maybe a sloppy over this, then this. But I'm still gonna have some more bites. I got an idea. Wait, can I take a second to show them something?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. It's pretty fucking good, actually. Hold on. So we use this garlic press today. You know I'm a fan of it. You know I've been secretly buying them. We're not secretly buying them on eBay and other places. Here's how many I've got. We're giving them away. Are we gonna engrave them?
Yeah, we're engraving them.
We're gonna
20.
I think we've got 20 or something. I even have another one inside still in the original packaging. So it'll be like 1 of 20, 2 of 20. The little cooking guy logo on here. But the only way you'll be eligible is if you're a subscriber. So subscribe, kids. You got to do it. I got to go put these down. See ya. Thank you, Crowd Cow, for sponsoring today's video. And by the way, the boys are still talking about those yellowtail collars. So good.